I've been looking forward to meeting Mark Rucker, a Lexington attorney who calls himself the Beast, and you're going to find out why. He's here with me this morning to talk about a big adventure on Sunday. You're going to be competing in Ironman.
Yes, I am.
But talk about the journey that's gotten you to Ironman, and when did it start?
It started back in February of last year. I weighed about 380 pounds, and I decided it was time to change my life. So I started with some dietary changes, and then started walking, and then I started running with the Couch to 5K program.
I know tons of people have done Couch to 5K, where you alternate walking and running until you get up to the point that you can run 3 miles. All right, that was just last year.
That was July 4th. I did my first 5K.
So in a year's time, you've made it to
Ironman,
which
yes.
is a 2-mile swim,
2.4 mile swim,
120-mile bike,
about 112,
112, and 100, and then a 26.2 mile run at the end of it.
just to finish it off.
What has been the hardest part of this whole thing?
The motivation at times, it's difficult. You know, when I first started Couch to 5K, I was doing maybe an hour and a half of exercise a week with that. And about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was up to almost 20 hours a week of training. So that was difficult.
This picture that we just showed of you on the roller coaster, that was part of your inspiration to start losing weight and changing your life. Talk about what happened with your daughter that really just motivated this whole thing.
We were in Gatlinburg a few years ago, and my daughter wanted to ride the roller coaster. She's my little daredevil, so she wanted to ride. And all week long, that's all she talked about. So we got to Dollywood, and unfortunately, I was too big to fit on any of the rides. So that was a pretty low moment for me. So I decided it was time to make a change. It didn't happen at that exact moment, but that was an inspiration for me to make changes.
And so you were able to go back this year and ride the roller coaster.
I went back this year, and yeah, there we are, riding the roller coaster, and I was able to fit on all of them this year. So.
How much weight have you lost?
Right around 120 pounds now. So I still need to drop a few more, but yeah, I feel great.
What do you say to people who, like you, get to a point in their life where they're just mad about their situation? They want to do something, but I think anybody who's ever tried a diet can attest to the fact that you start off gung-ho, you're like, this is it, I'm going to do it. You go for 2 weeks, you step on the scale, and you've lost 0.4 of a pound.
Sure, and that was my problem, because I've been overweight pretty much my entire adult life. But I found out that with small changes, I was really able to do this. In the past, when I'd try to change, I would want to do everything all at once. So I'd stop eating all the bad food, I would start exercising, and do it all in the same day, and it works for 3 or 4 weeks. And then something would happen, and I would just either fall off and regain the weight I'd lost, and then usually gain even more. But this time around, you know, I realized finally that I didn't get where I was overnight, and I wasn't going to be able to change that overnight. So I took a lot of small steps, and Sunday.
Here you are, the Beast.
The Beast.
How did you get the Beast as a name?
It's kind of funny, but the only shoes that I could find for running that would give me enough support they're by Brooks, they're called the Beast.
Perfect.
So after I bought those, a lot of my friends thought, well, that's a perfect nickname for you. So it stuck.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very
on
much.
an incredible journey. Wish you the best in Ironman.
Thank you.
It's going to be many, many hours of grueling work on Sunday, but if you happen to head downtown, which I have done at the finish line, if you go watch the finish, you will be inspired, I promise you. And if you see the Beast, give a cheer for him when you see him come running by. Thank you so much, Mark.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to meet you.
You too. Thanks.